Good Oscar nomination morning to everyone who celebrates. It is currently about 6:23 here, so obviously the rest of the house is asleep. So apologize, I do have to be a little quiet, so it's probably not going to be the best audio on this video. It's also not going to be the best audio on this video because, as you can see on this channel, this is the first ever video I've uploaded on this channel, so I don't have like any equipment to actually do this. This was just a last night spur of the moment thing. I just thought I would do this for fun. I thought that I'm up every single year for the Oscar nominations, and so I just thought it would be fun to start recording my reactions. So again, this is just for fun. Just to let you know, if you do happen to find this video, my name is David. I love movies and I love sports, and so the combination of movies and competition kind of crosses into the Oscars, and it's just I just love Oscar season. It's a lot of fun for me. Again, I don't take this too serious. It's just for fun. So don't think I'm going to be giving you any insight that's something that you haven't, that you don't already get from all the other Oscar YouTube channels. The Oscar Expert, Film Drunk, Austin Burke. There's all these FYC, Next Best Picture Podcast, Luke Harefield. Like, there's all these different YouTube channels that I think will give you better analysis when it comes to stuff like, if this movie gets a PGA nomination and a DGA nomination combined with, all the stats and whatnot. I don't know any of that. This is just for fun for me. It's just fun every single year to kind of get into this season of, potentially discovering new films that you might not have watched otherwise, and so it's, once I started kind of getting into the Oscars about 4 or 5 years ago, that's what it was for me, was seeing all these movies that I'd never really heard of, but realizing that, there must be something here if they're worthy of awards and nominations, appreciation. And so it just became a lot of fun for me to do this. You're probably going to notice as the nominations are rolling in, that my favorite movie of the year was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Probably one of my favorite movies ever, not just of the year. So I'm going to be very excited for every nomination that it gets. I do currently have it predicted for, I believe, 9 Oscar nominations, which is, in my predictions, a tie with Banshees of Inisherin for second place. I currently have, and I couldn't believe it when I tallied it all up last night, but I currently have All Quiet on the Western Front at 10 nominations, leading the way. Do I think it's going to get 10 nominations? Probably not. The reason that I put it down was because in years past, I've done this where there's films like The Irishman or The Trial of the Chicago 7 or Mank, or just different movies that I didn't feel were necessarily going to get as many nominations as they could have, but they were in contention in so many categories, and so it kind of becomes a game that if you don't think it's going to get as many nominations as it does, you kind of have to pick and choose what categories you're going to snub it in. And in years past with those films, what I've done is I've picked the wrong categories. So I think like, this movie's not going to get 12 nominations, so I'm going to predict it for a snub at cinematography. And what ends up happening is it gets the cinematography nod and it misses in production design or something, And so I think this year with All Quiet, instead of, there's 1 or 2 categories that I kind of predicted that it would miss, but a lot of the categories that I thought it was on the edge, I think I just kind of went ahead and put them down for all of those, so I'll not, in theory, hopefully not lose any points on the All Quiet wave. So I do think it's going to get a lot of nominations. I don't know if it's going to lead, and I don't know if it's going to get double digits, but we'll see. Also, hopefully this isn't too loud or too obnoxious, but I'm very bad when it comes to, oh, looks like the video, the live stream is starting here for the Oscars. Turn that down a little bit. So when it comes to off the top of the head, I'm not very good at noticing like if something gets snubbed or if something's missing. Just instantly off the top of the head, I'm not like great at noticing that. So I do have like a bunch of all my predictions written down, bunch of paper. So again, hopefully it's not too loud. We're constantly picking up and moving paper around. But yeah, I have to I have to write down. Otherwise, I'm not going to notice off the top of my head. I think it's something about being caught up in like the heat of everything coming super fast. Like I remember a couple years ago when Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and One Night in Miami, when those were snubbed for Best Picture. If I didn't like have them written down like in front of me, I would have just it would have wished over me because seeing the other films that that got into the Best Picture lineup that year, I remember being super excited, and I wouldn't have even noticed that those were missing. So I do have everything written down. Looks like there's about a minute to go until the presentation starts. I'm trying to think if there's a couple categories that I want to. I'll go over real quick. Couple of the kind of the up in the air categories that I think a lot of people have for Best Picture. I have kind of that consensus 9, and I put Babylon in at number 10. For actress, I put in Ana de Armas, Viola Davis, Danielle Deadwyler, took out Michelle Williams. Actor, I ended up leaving Paul Mescal in. I don't think he's gonna get nominated, but I don't know. I look at everyone. Paul Mescal, Tom Cruise, Hugh Jackman, Tom Hanks, Diego Calva. I look at everyone in that category, and I think none of them are getting nominated, so it's kind of weird. Supporting actress, I put in Stephanie Sue because of how much I love Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dolly De Leon gets that. And then I put in Eddie Redmayne in supporting actor. Again, I guess I wouldn't be super surprised if it's Brad Pitt or Judd Hirsch. But yeah, looks like the stream is starting here. The countdown went off. There's no video yet, but yeah, this is exciting. Here we go. Good morning. Oh yes, just also while I'm looking at another kind of 50-50 category I did go with She Said, an adapted screenplay over Living. Another last minute, the absolute last edit I did last night, I did take the Batman out for sound and put in Everything Everywhere. Again, I'm not super great with stats, but I do know a little bit about kind of the sound and editing correlation, and I currently have Everything Everywhere, at least top 2 in editing with Top Gun, and so I just figured, probably have to put it in sound as well, but won't be surprised at all if the Batman does get in sound. I also I didn't know if I wanted to predict the Batman for 4 Oscars. But, alright, here we go. Looks like Riz Ahmed and Allison Williams are here to present. The star of Megan, Allison Williams, presenting at the Oscars. Alright, here we go. I am ready. I feel like they're going to either start with like supporting actress or supporting actor. I feel like they usually do, but Okay. Here we go. Actress in a supporting role. Yep. Hong Chow in The Whale. Yep. Carrie Condon. So does that mean it's going to be Stephanie Sue? Because De Leon's before that alphabetically. Stephanie Shu. Let's go. That's a 5 for 5 category right there. Costume design. Okay. Babylon. Yep. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Yep. Elvis. Yep. Miss Harris Goes to Paris. Everything Everywhere. So no Woman King. Interesting. Awesome. So that's 3 nominations already for Everything Everywhere in 2 categories. That's awesome. Sound. Here we go. We're about to find out if my Batman snub was good. All Quiet. Avatar. It's going to be right here if it's Batman or Elvis. Last second. Shouldn't have done it. There's Elvis. And Top Gun Maverick. So, this is why you don't do last second switches. Alright, score. All Quiet. So this was one of the categories I snubbed it for. Okay, interesting. Babylon. Banshees. Does that mean Fabelmans missed? Everything Everywhere. I did not have that. And the Fabelmans. So no Women Talking, no Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That's not good for Women Talking. I only had it for 2 nominations and I just lost one of them. Right, adapted screenplay. Here's the other Women Talking category. So, All Quiet on the Western Front is gonna get double-digit nominations at this rate already. Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, perfect. No, it's gonna be Is It She Said Living. Living. Okay. Top Gun Maverick for screenplay. And then The Whale, right? Women Talking. So no Whale. That, I think that was people were kind of shifting to that being the potential frontrunner, the potential winner. That's crazy. Original screenplay. Okay. Banshees. Correct. And then Everything Everywhere. Yep, correct. And then Fabelman's Tar Triangle, right? This was a pretty, straightforward category. Tar, Triangle of Sadness, right? Yep. That was a kind of an easy 5 for 5, I think, for a lot of people. Live action short film. An Irish Goodbye. Uvalu. Okay. Night Ride. And the rest, okay, so I got 3 for 5 in that category. Animated short film. Okay, so does that mean An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake and I Think I Believe It missed? Because I just wanted that to get in for that title alone. Ice Merchants, which I had at 101 odds on Gold Derby, so I'm excited about that. My Year of Dicks did get in. New Moon. Ostrich told me that. Okay, so I put it down in. So New Moon Mist. That was, I think a lot of people were predicting that one. Actor in supporting role. It was Coleman Domingo's film, wasn't it? Actor and supporting actor. So Paul Dano missed. Brian Tyree Henry. Oh my, supporting actor is wild. Barry Keoghan and then Kwan. So, no Paul Dano. He got the Judd Hirsch takeover, kind of the same as like Judi Dench over Katrina Balfe last year. So no Paul Dano, and then no Eddie Redmayne. And Brian Tyree Henry kind of came in with that like J.K. Simmons like type of just random last second thing. Interesting. 3 out of 5 in that. Paul Dano, Eddie Redmayne. Put Judd Hirsch in for the one scene. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so it looks like they're taking a little bit of a break. They usually kind of take this little halftime break, and then they're starting back up again, it looks like in about 2 minutes. Brian Tyree Henry, that is awesome. I did see Causeway. I wanted to give it a rewatch. I don't know if, like I necessarily loved it. But, but his performance obviously was great. So excited for him, and I love Brian Tyree Henry. Eddie Redmayne, I didn't feel great about him getting in. The only reason I kind of stuck with it was because initially I did predict him pretty early on in kind of the award race, but that was kind of the only reason. So Women Talking, so missed score, but got in for adapted screenplay. Top Gun Maverick got in for screenplay, which is, that's great. I did not know that. I did not think that was gonna get in, and then I kind of pit and she said Over Living, but I wasn't gonna be surprised either way on that one. What else do we have? Original screenplay went 5 for 5. Supporting actress 5 for 5. Sound shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have taken out the Batman for Everything Everywhere. But it's kind of funny that I think Everything Everywhere is up 2 nominations because it's up on score and it's up in costume design. But the one category that I kind of did go extra in, it didn't get in. Score, All Quiet getting in for score. That was like I said at the beginning, there was 2 categories that I thought All Quiet could get into that I didn't predict it for. Score was one of them. So, how about that? I think All Quiet, Everything Everywhere, about to be in a kind of a head-to-head battle here. Everything Everywhere, I love that score. I just didn't think that had a shot. I thought, if you snuck Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio and Women Talking, that Black Panther would get in there. Also, the Woman King missing costume design for Everything Everywhere. Again, I love that pick. Love Everything Everywhere. The costumes are incredible in that movie. I just didn't think that. I feel like it maybe hadn't been getting as many precursors as you would think it would in order to get that nomination. So, all right. Looks like the stream went back to black, so let's see here. They are back. Original songs. So I think a lot of people went with kind of that top 5 here with Diane Warren getting in. And she did. Diane Warren. Applause is in. Ciao Papa. No Ciao Papa. What got in? Lift Me Up. Not To. And This Is a Life. Did Everything Everywhere get in? Is it This Is a Life? I love that song. I just thought it had no chance. Everything Everywhere is gonna lead to nominations. This is awesome. Documentary. All the breeds, yep. All the beauty in the bloodshed. And I went with Descendant. I should have gone with Fire of Love. A house made of splinters. Navalny. So I had Descendant in the territory that I predicted that both missed. Not that I know really anything about the documentaries, but documentary short. Elephant Whisperers. This is going to be the flag makers. Haul Out. So no flag makers? How do you measure a year? That's back-to-back years that that guy's gotten directed. The Martha Mitchell effect. Okay, so Stranger at the Gate. So no 38 at the Garden, no Nuisance Bear, Flag Makers. I went 2 for 5 in that category. That one wasn't great. International. All Quiet. I had a sneaky suspicion about Corsage here, but I didn't predict it. Argentina, 1985. Close, so EO. So no Decision to Leave? No way. Animated, okay. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Got it. Obviously, that's probably your winner. Marcel the Shell. Puss in Boots. So those are the top 3, and I love all 3 of those movies, so any one of them can win, and that's cool with me. The Sea Beast instead of Wendell and Wild. Okay. That's cool. I didn't hate the Sea Beast. I mean, I didn't hate Wendell and Wild, but Makeup, All Quiet. The Batman, Blonde. Black Panther. So no Blonde. And The Whale. Don't know if that does anything necessarily yet on a day Armas' chances, but we'll see. Production design. All Quiet. All Quiet is going to be tied, I think, with Everything Everywhere. Avatar. Babylon. Yep. Black Panther. Elvis. Okay, so it was the Fabelmans over Black Panther. Film editing. So no All Quiet here. Interesting. Everything Everywhere next, correct? Everything Everywhere. Fabelmans? Tar. And Top Gun. Nice, okay. Tar. That's a nice pick. Nice pick there. Cinematography. All Quiet. The Batman. Bardo False Chronicle. A Handful of Truths. So no. And Top Gun. Tar over Top Gun. Whoa. Okay, visual effects. All Quiet. Avatar. The Batman. 13 Lives. Oh, Black Panther. Nice. So no 13 Lives. Okay, I think a lot of people put that in because of the Bake-Off stories. Actor in a lead role. Austin Butler. Colin Farrell. And then Brendan Fraser. And that is top 3, right? And then this is where it's going to be if it's Paul Mescal. It is. And then Bill Nighy. 5 for 5. Elvis. Alright, Cate Blanchett. So no Viola Davis? Andrea Riseborough! It did it! And Michelle Williams? So Viola Davis and Danielle Deadwyler miss. For Michelle Williams and Andrea Riseborough. Oh my gosh, I can't. So no Edward Berger. Andrea Riseborough. Ruben Östlund. I did not. So they went with him instead of Edward Berger. Alright, best picture. It's probably going to be Triangle now. I feel like if you get best director, you're probably going to get best picture for Triangle. All Quiet on Avatar. So yeah, no Babylon. Banshees is in, so it's going to be Triangle. Elvis. Wow. I can't. I still can't get over Andrea Riseborough. That, like... Okay, we'll get to it after. Okay, so we've got All Quiet, Avatar, Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere, Fabelmans, Tar. This is going to be Top Gun, Triangle, The Whale. Top Gun. Triangle of Sadness. Alright, and then The Whale should be last. Women talking over The Whale! Oh! Oh my gosh, so I only got... Okay, hold up. So I only got 8 out of 10 in Best Picture. 4 out of 5 director, 3 out of 5 in actress. 5 out of 5 actor, 5 out of 5 supporting, 3 out of 5 supporting actor, 5 out of 5 original screenplay. So yeah, I think overall I did fairly okay. A lot of 4 out of 5s, a couple 5 out of 5s. But okay, obviously we have to talk about it. Andrea Riseborough. So I feel like that's a huge deal, right? Like that changes everything. Like that changes how, like, campaigning and how like Viola Davis, Danielle Deadwyler, they were getting in, like, all the precursors, maybe not all, but like majority of the precursors. And then just at the last minute, that organic grassroots just campaign for Andrea Riseborough totally gets her in. Holy cow, like that's insane. I mean, it's I can't wait to watch the movie. Obviously, seeing all the talk about how phenomenal she is, and whether you felt like that was genuine or just kind of a PR thing. Who knows? Like I genuinely, I'd like to believe that it was, genuine, that she's phenomenal in the movie. The little that I've heard about the movie, she does sound phenomenal. Wow. Okay, so that's obviously my biggest takeaway. Women talking, missing score, but then getting back in for picture. So I think Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, that means Women Talking got into picture with only 2 nominations, right? It just has picture and screenplay. I think so. Edward Berger missing for director for uh, Triangle of Sadness. The director, that was Östlund. Is that his name? Um, that's cool. I did not did not predict that. I on my lists I put like my predictions plus I put like 5 alternates. I did not have Östlund in the alternates. I had Cameron, Boslerman, Sarah Pauli, S.S. Rajamouli, and Joseph Kaczynski. So I did not think Östlund had a shot there at director. Trying to think of if there's anything else that's like have to get off my chest, like at the top, spur of the moment, something that was like shocking. I don't think. I mean, it's mostly that. It's the Andrea Riseborough. Oh my! I can't wait to get on Twitter and see how everyone's handling that. Um, the other big takeaway, obviously, for me was Everything Everywhere. It did get a couple more categories than I thought it did. If I had to make a gut prediction, I would guess that Everything Everywhere led nominations. It just felt like it did because I think it got everything I predicted it for, maybe minus 1 or 2 things, but it got 2 or 3 other things that I didn't predict it for, like song. This Is a Life. That's a great. I love that song. Yeah, this is awesome. Decision to Leave, missing Best International Film. That's a huge thing too. I've heard mixed things on EO. I'm excited to watch it. But man, I really kind of want a Decision to Leave to get in there. So yeah, so I think that's it. That's all the kind of the initial thoughts that I had. We'll see if I if I upload any more on this channel. One thing I do every single year after the Oscar nominations are announced, so right now, I rewatch every single film before the ceremony. So even if I've already seen it, I will rewatch it. So there is a potential that maybe I will continue making some videos on here and maybe doing some film reviews or some discussion about some films. Maybe I'll break down some categories, just do something. Again, it's just going to be for fun over here. Again, don't think that you're getting Oscar expert level like knowledge or insight over here, and it's probably not going to be super in-depth reviews either. Maybe it might just be some thoughts that I have on some of the films. So yeah, crazy. Andrea Riseborough. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I've got about 33 minutes, so yeah, I will not get over the Andrea Riseborough. I'm gonna get on Twitter, see how everyone's reacting to that. So I hope you guys enjoyed Oscar nomination morning. Was crazy for sure.